What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the top 5 zodiac signs that seriously struggle with anger in relationships. Relationships are wild. One minute you're in love, the next you're fighting over who finished the ice cream. Some people just have a shorter fuse, and the stars might have something to do with it. We're breaking down the signs most likely to lose their cool. And trust me, there are some surprises. So grab your popcorn, and let's get into the cosmic drama. It's about to get heated. Number 5 is Aries, the zodiac's fire starter, the sign that blazes a trail wherever it goes. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it's no coincidence that they're known for their boldness, courage, and a certain headstrong energy that can't be ignored. If you've ever met someone who seems to leap before they look, who's always the first to volunteer, or who charges into new experiences with infectious enthusiasm, chances are, you've met an Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of war, action, and raw energy. Mars gives Aries their signature spark. Think of it as cosmic rocket fuel. This influence makes Aries passionate, competitive, and sometimes a little bit impulsive. They're the ones who turn up the heat in any situation, for better or worse. When it comes to anger, Aries doesn't simmer, they explode. Their anger is like a firework, sudden, bright, and impossible to ignore. It's not a slow burn, it's a flash of lightning. A burst of energy that can catch everyone off guard. One second, everything is calm and sunny, and the next, it's a full-blown outburst over something that might seem tiny to everyone else. Aries can go from 0 to 60 in the blink of an eye, and their reactions are as dramatic as a sudden summer storm. In relationships, this fiery passion can turn to fury in a flash. Maybe you tease them about their driving, or you manage to beat them at Mario Kart. Suddenly, what started as a playful moment turns into a full-on battle. Aries hates to lose, and they take everything to heart, especially when it comes from someone they care about. Even the smallest competition can ignite their temper. But here's the thing. For Aries, it's not just about winning or losing. It's about the thrill of the moment, the rush of adrenaline, and the need to express themselves fully, no matter how intense it gets. The good news? Aries never holds a grudge. Their anger is as fleeting as it is fierce. Once they've let it out, it's gone, like a thunderstorm that clears the air. They're quick to forgive, and even quicker to move on. After the outburst, Aries is back to their usual self, as if nothing ever happened. They're ready to laugh, joke, and get back to enjoying life while you might still be catching your breath. This can be confusing for partners and friends who are left reeling from the emotional roller coaster. You might still be processing what just happened, while Aries is already planning the next adventure. It's no wonder that being close to an Aries can feel unpredictable. You never quite know when the next eruption is coming or what might set it off. But that's part of the excitement and the challenge of loving an Aries. The trick for Aries is to learn to pause before reacting, to take a breath and consider the consequences. For their partners, the key is not to take things personally. Remember, Aries outbursts are rarely about you. They're just a natural release of all that pent-up energy. Aries thrives on intensity, but love isn't a competition. It's about teamwork, trust, and learning to channel that fiery energy into passion, not conflict. If you can handle the heat, you'll get a partner who's as quick to forgive as they are to flare up. Aries brings excitement, spontaneity, and a sense of adventure to every relationship. They'll challenge you, push you to be your best, and keep you on your toes. But they'll also be the first to apologize, to laugh at themselves, and to remind you that life is too short to hold on to anger. Just remember, it's not personal, it's planetary. Aries is simply wired for action, and sometimes that means sparks will fly. If you can meet their fire with understanding and call them out gently when they go too far, you'll find that the flames die down just as quickly as they flared up. Master this dance and you'll have a relationship that's never boring, always passionate, and full of unforgettable moments. But just in case, maybe keep a fire extinguisher handy. With Aries, you never know when things might heat up, but that's exactly what makes them so unforgettable. Number 4 is Scorpio, the zodiac's silent volcano. On the surface, Scorpios can seem calm, collected, and even mysterious, but beneath that exterior there's a storm quietly brewing. Their energy is magnetic, drawing people in, yet there's always a sense of something powerful simmering just out of sight. Scorpio anger isn't loud. It's deep, cold, and intense. It's the kind of emotion that doesn't need to be shouted to be felt. When a Scorpio is upset, the air around them seems to drop a few degrees, and their presence alone can make others uneasy. You won't get a shouting match. You'll get icy silence and a stare that chills the room. Their eyes can say more than words ever could, and their silence is often more intimidating than any outburst. They don't explode right away. Instead, they remember every detail, storing it for later. Scorpios have a memory like a steel trap, and every slight, every betrayal, is carefully cataloged. They process their emotions in private, often replaying events in their mind until they understand every angle. When they finally erupt, it's devastating and unforgettable. Their anger is like a volcano, rare, but when it comes, it's impossible to ignore. The force of their emotions can shake the foundations of any relationship. Scorpios need to understand the why behind a conflict. They're not satisfied with surface explanations. They want to dig deep, to uncover the real motivations and hidden truths behind every disagreement. A simple sorry won't cut it. They want real remorse and changed behavior. For Scorpio, words are meaningless without action. They look for sincerity, for proof that you truly understand the impact of your actions. Their anger is triggered by betrayal, jealousy, or feeling unsafe. If they sense dishonesty or disloyalty, their trust evaporates instantly. Scorpios crave emotional security, and any threat to that can unleash their darker side. Even a small slight can spiral into suspicion. Scorpios are naturally guarded, and once their trust is shaken, they become hyper-aware of every word and action, searching for hidden motives. If you cross a Scorpio, expect a long, slow road to forgiveness. They never forget. Rebuilding trust with them is a journey, not a quick fix, and it requires patience and genuine effort. The only way through is honesty, patience, and a willingness to go deep. Scorpios respect those who are willing to face uncomfortable truths and work through issues together, no matter how tough the conversation. Underneath, their anger is just fierce love and fear of betrayal. Their intensity comes from caring deeply, and their anger is often a shield to protect their sensitive heart from being hurt again. Prove you're loyal, and you'll get unmatched devotion. Scorpios are fiercely protective of those they love, and once you've earned their trust, they'll stand by you through anything. But betray them, and you'll face a cold war you won't soon forget. Their withdrawal is absolute, and the distance they create can feel like an endless winter. Scorpio's anger is a fortress. Break through and you'll find a loyal heart. Handle with care, because behind those walls is a soul that loves with unmatched depth and intensity. Number 3 is Leo, the Zodiac's drama royalty. Leo anger is a show. When they feel ignored or unappreciated, get ready for a full-on performance. Their pride is everything. Forget to compliment them or seem distracted, and it's a personal insult. When their ego is bruised, they roar, loud, dramatic, and impossible to ignore. Every argument becomes a referendum on their worth. But beneath the theatrics is a sensitive heart that just wants to feel valued. Calm a Leo by acknowledging their feelings and showing appreciation. Once their pride is soothed, they forgive quickly and want to get back to the fun. Don't dismiss their drama. It's real to them. For Leo, growth means learning not every slight is a crisis. For their partner, it's about giving a little applause now and then. Love a Leo and be ready for a standing ovation. Number 2 is Gemini, the Zodiac's wordsmith. Gemini anger isn't physical, it's verbal. They fight with words, and they're sharp. Their anger comes from boredom, feeling misunderstood or being boxed in. One moment they're charming, the next they're debating you into the ground. They'll twist your words, bring up old arguments, and win with logic. It can feel cold and dismissive, but it's just how they process frustration. The key is not to get sucked into a war of words. Stay calm, appeal to their logic, and add a touch of emotion. Geminis move on quickly once they've said their piece. For them, it's about mental stimulation, not emotional drama. Partners need to keep things interesting and communicate clearly. For Gemini, real growth is pausing to feel before they speak. With them, expect debates and maybe keep a dictionary handy. And at number 1, it's Taurus, the Zodiac's gentle giant, until they snap. Known for their strength and resilience, Taurus individuals are often seen as the rock in their social circles. They are dependable, reliable, and incredibly patient, but don't be fooled by their calm exterior. Taurus is patient, calm, and hates conflict. They prefer a life of peace and tranquility, often going out of their way to avoid unnecessary drama. Their ideal day involves a serene environment, perhaps a walk in nature or a quiet evening at home. But every little annoyance builds up behind the scenes, like water slowly dripping into a reservoir. These small irritations accumulate over time. Taurus may not show their frustration immediately, but rest assured they are taking note. When they finally get angry, it's a tidal wave, months of frustration unleashed at once. Their stubbornness is legendary. Imagine a dam holding back a massive body of water. Once it breaks, the flood is unstoppable. Once they're mad, there's no moving them. Their determination and stubbornness become their defining traits. They dig in their heels and refuse to budge, much like an immovable mountain. Possessiveness and fear of losing stability are huge triggers. Taurus values their security and comfort above all else. Any threat to their stability, whether real or perceived, can set off their temper. If you threaten their comfort or loyalty, the bull charges. They become fiercely protective of their loved ones and their way of life. It's like a switch flips, and the gentle giant transforms into a raging bull. Unlike Aries or Gemini, Taurus holds on to anger. They don't easily forgive and forget. Their anger simmers beneath the surface, often leading to prolonged periods of silence and brooding. The silent treatment can last for days. During this time, Taurus will withdraw into themselves, contemplating the situation and deciding on their next move. It's a period of introspection and sometimes stubborn refusal to engage. It's never about the little thing, it's about everything that's built up. The final straw is just that, a culmination of all the minor grievances that have been piling up over time. The only way to fix it? Real effort, not just words. Taurus needs to see genuine actions that show you care. Apologies must be backed by meaningful gestures to mend the rift. Show you care with actions. A heartfelt hug, a sincere apology, or a thoughtful gesture can go a long way in winning back their trust and affection. Taurus needs to learn to vent small frustrations before they explode. Finding healthy outlets for their emotions, like talking to a friend or engaging in a relaxing activity, can help them manage their stress. Partners should never underestimate the quiet ones. Just because Taurus is silent doesn't mean they are not affected. Their emotions run deep, and their silence often speaks volumes. The Taurus temper is rare, but unforgettable. When it does surface, it's like a storm, intense and powerful. Those who witness it are unlikely to forget the experience. Respect their need for peace, and you'll have a loyal, loving partner. Taurus values harmony, and will go to great lengths to maintain it. In return, they offer unwavering loyalty and love. But push too far, and you'll meet the bull. Their patience has limits, and once crossed, their reaction can be fierce and unyielding. And trust me, you don't want to see that. It's best to respect their boundaries and appreciate the calm, loving nature of Taurus, rather than provoke the storm within. That's a wrap on the top 5 zodiac signs with anger issues. Remember, it's all in good fun, but knowing these traits can help you handle those heated moments better. No sign is doomed. Self-awareness is key. Drop your sign in the comments. Have a story to share? Spill the tea. If you enjoyed this, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Share this with a friend who needs to know why you get so mad when they're late. Until next time, stay awesome, and maybe count to 10 before you pop off. Peace.